Hello friends, welcome to Dear Show class. Today we will learn about Standard 8 Social Science NCERT New Book 2022. First chapter, Establishment of European and British Rule in India. Exercise. Question 1. Answer the following questions in one sentence. First question. Which European nations had tried to find a sea route to India? European nations like Portugal, Spain, Holland had tried to find a sea route to India. Second, why were the Europeans in need of Indian spices? The people of Europe were largely carnivorous and needed Indian spices to preserve their meat. Third, which war resulted in the introduction of dual system rule in Bengal? The Battle of Buxar resulted in the introduction of dual system rule in Bengal. Question 4. Under which act was the Supreme Court established? The Supreme Court of India was established under the Regulating Act of 1773 AD. Question 2. Write short notes. First, Battle of Plassey. Sirajuddaula invaded Fort William on June 15, 1756 and defeated the British. The news of British defeat at Kolkata reached Madras. The British quickly sent an army to Kolkata under the leadership of Robert Clive. The Britishers now resorted to diplomacy in which bravery was predominant. They got the support of Nawab Commander-in-Chief of Army Mir Jafar as they promised to make him Nawab. At the same time, they got the big leaders of Bengal, Jagat Seth, Rai Durlab and Amit Chand on their side. On June 23, 1757, a battle took place between Clive's and Nawab's army at a place and Nawab's army at a place called Plassey near Murshidabad. The Nawab's generals confronted the British, but the Nawab's army was defeated due to Mir Jafar's betrayal. Mir Jafar was made Nawab and Sirajuddaula was captured and killed. The Nawab gave Jagir of 24 Parganas to Britishers and allowed them to trade without excise duty. After the Battle of Plassey, the whole Bengal came under the control of British, and from here they became the owners of the institution in place of merchants. In this way, Britishers' path of victory of India started after Battle of Plassey. Battle of Buxar. Mir Qasim, Nawab of Bengal, met Nawab of Awadh and Mughal Emperor and planned to expel the Britishers from India. The army of these three consisted of about 50,000 soldiers, whereas the company's army was of 7,072 soldiers. October 22, 1764, the Battle of Buxar was fought between these three rulers of India and the British Army under the leadership of Major Munro. The British won, so no one in India can challenge to British. The Battle of Buxar gave the British the civil rights of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. They became the masters formally, whereas the administrative responsibility rested with the Nawab. Thus, the dual system came into existence after the Battle of Buxar. Anglo-Maratha War. There were several wars between the Marathas and the British. In the first war, 1775 to 1782, the Treaty of Salbai was signed. Both decided to return each other's territories, thus, no one was defeated. The second Maratha War took place between 1803 to 1805. With this war, the territories of Odisha, Agra, and Delhi came under control of British. In the Third Anglo-Maratha War, 1817 to 1819, the Maratha power was crushed. The Peshwa was removed from Pune and sent to Bithur near Kanpur with a pension. Now the power of company was established from Vindhyachal to all parts of South India. In this way, Maratha or British rule was completely established over India. Fourth Mysore War. Mysore became the most powerful state in South India after the end of the Vijayanagar Empire under the leadership of Hyder Ali. Hyder Ali trained the soldiers in the European method and equipped them with arms. The British became concerned about Hyder Ali's rapidly growing power and authority. Therefore, four Mysore wars were fought with the state of Mysore. The first Mysore War, 1767 to 1769, ended without any result because of Hyder Ali's death in 1782. The Second Mysore War continued. Eventually, a treaty was signed between the two sides. Tipu Sultan was defeated in the Third Mysore War, 1790 to 1792, and suffered heavy losses. In the Fourth Mysore War, 1799, Tipu Sultan died and the British overthrew a powerful ruler. The British handed over the state of Mysore to the former Wadiyar dynasty and subsidiary alliance was imposed on it. Question 2. Write the following answers. Following questions. First, the European people were first to find sea route to India. Explain the statement. In 1453 AD, the Turks conquered Constantinople. It was the headquarters of trade route between India and Europe. With the conquest of Constantinople by the Turks, Indian goods stopped the following to Europe and the western countries of the world. The Europeans were in dire need of Indian spices. They stopped getting these things. India exported cotton, silk, spices, indigo, timber, opium in large quantities to Europe. The people of Europe were largely carnivorous and needed Indian spices to preserve their meat. Cotton cloth was equally essential. As the land trade stopped, the Europeans tried to reach India, finding new waterways. Second question, write a consists not on British police force. The British police force was and as important as the army. It was started by Governor General Cornwallis. He replaced the traditional Indian feudal police department with a modern police department. At the district level, the district superintendent police DSP was appointed as the police officer. They started police station at different places and appointed a Faujdar sub-inspector. A guard was appointed in the villages. Even in the police force, only the British could hold high position. Indians worked as the constable. Third question. The British rule created an atmosphere of mistrust in India, explained the statement. The British government established a rule of law in India and adopted a policy of uniform law for all. The law did not make discrimination on the basis of caste, religion, or class. The doors of the court were opened for the general public. Although the British administration was a modern one, its purpose was the British Empire in India, so the Indians could not take enough advantage of this administrative system. The British dealt arbitrarily against the Indians through these laws. That is why an atmosphere of mistrust was created in India by the British rule. Question 4. State the consequences of Second Anglo-Maratha War. The Second Maratha War took place between 1803 to 1805. With this war, the territories of Odisha, Agra and Delhi came under control of the British. Question 3. Find the correct option from the following options. Write the correct answer. First, which city was the capital of Portuguese in India? ऑप्शन ए बी सी डी. यहाँ पे आंसर है गोवा. गोवा वॉज द कैपिटल ऑफ पोर्टुगीज इन इंडिया at British time. The European people who settled in Machilipatnam after receiving a degree from the ruler of Golconda were. यहाँ पे डिग्री है. तो यहाँ पे आंसर है डच. बी डच. Which English officers